This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Carbonite. Today on TRS, it's time to discuss Season 1 of The Legend of Korra.
Totally Rad Show.
Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad, Totally Rad Show, Totally Rad Show.
So we are back in TV. Earlier, we talked about the premiere of Legend of Korra, the sequel to, or the spin-off series to Avatar: The Last Airbender. It has now wrapped, as they say. We have all caught up on the series.
Everybody's been clamoring for us to talk about the season finale.
Here we go. Daniel Trachtenberg, son. What did you think of Legend of Korra?
I liked
The
it.
series, season
I
finale.
liked it. I didn't love the. It's funny that I watched Legend of Korra, Mad Men, Game of Thrones, Girls,
Something
else. Maybe just those 4 season finales.
Yeah.
In one weekend, and all of them. It's kind of a normal thing, but all of them had way better second to last episodes than absolute last episodes. And funny enough, Avatar, I'm considering the last, my TV recorded 2 episodes as the season finale, but it was 2 episodes.
Are we assuming that this is a spoilerific discussion?
Why would you tune in for the season finale discussion?
I think we should be explicit about that to the viewers.
Okay, this will have spoilers. Go ahead.
But a lot like Game of Thrones' second to last episode, battle, awesome, incredible.
So you're saying part 1 of
So
the
part
second
1 of that,
episode.
so really the second to last episode of Korra was freaking awesome, as was the entire series. There were so many like, oh, that's awesome, that's awesome. I mean, me exclaiming to my television set.
What did your television set say in return?
Yeah, right?
He changed the channel because it's a smart TV. No.
He's like, whoa, take a minute, breathe.
But
All right, we're back.
But the actual finale felt, it was cool. I liked it. It's cool. But maybe it's because it was only 12 episodes instead of the 22 of the previous things, even though I would have complained if it was 22 and there were filler and should have been a tight 12. But something about the journey felt a little rushed, and whereas like the little things along the way, I remember in all the Avatar stuff, like all the guys you met along the way that you've forgotten about are now, they pop back up in the beginning. And this, I didn't have time to forget about anyone.
Well, it's interesting though, because the first Avatar, it was so much, it's a road movie. You know what I mean? It's a
that's
journey.
true. This is all
This is all taking place, at least, I mean, although it's setting up for next season to be more of that road experience.
Well, yeah.
And so much of the first, this was like the first season of Avatar, subtitled Air. And in that show, each of the seasons was about him acquiring or mastering one element. And you start this with her being a master of different elements already. And in contrast to you, Dan, I was blown away by the finale. I thought it was great. I wish it had left off with a little more of a question mark than it did. It wrapped things up a little bit too neatly for me. But the way it flipped things on its head and took away her powers, I felt like it was setting up for this wonderful relearning in subsequent seasons that she would have to do, and that all of that stuff, all of that reveal, like her having her powers stolen, I was on the edge of my seat. Having I can't remember the character's name, but the metal bender older chick lose her power, like all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
was so
Toph's
dramatic. It was so dramatic and so.
Lynn.
Right, that is right. I think that's right. Lynn. Yeah. I wish that we hadn't had everything cleaned up so neatly at the end, because I was tearing up in that ending, and when she has the interaction with Aang, I was completely invested and having like a cartoon never does to me.
Come on, when General Iroh comes and it's the voice of, it was just like, ah! You literally, it's just, and boomy, you know what I mean? Like you just get, they just tie together so well, in such a way that other shows may do it and it would feel ham-fisted and cranked in to just go, oh, we just have to have
Like if George Lucas did it, maybe, for example.
Well, but it's true. It's like you get these little moments where you're like, oh, that's just a nod to the.
Right.
In here, every little one of those things just makes you, and even the little. They're so good at understanding that the smallest amount of backstory, even 1 or 2 lines, changes so much the dynamic of the next scene. When the little kid was like, your ex-girlfriend is really great, and then she completely sacrifices herself for him and his family.
Yeah.
That
that
just
scene
because
was
of that
incredible.
line. Oh, I mean, come on.
That little kid started stealing the show a little bit.
With the
love that
3
little
kids
kid.
that start
The
kicking
They
ass.
were awesome.
They were awesome. I totally agree. I kind of agree with both of you guys. I think that the second or the first part of the 2-part finale was the better of the two, and I also believe there was way too much wrapped up. I mean, it's like her powers are gone, her powers are back. Not a problem. And the other thing is her powers are gone, now she can airbend and everything's fine. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
That was too easy to just be
I
like,
know. But it would have been so amazing if like everything was taken away except air, and that's what we got.
yeah.
And like, and then she has to earn that in the next subsequent seasons.
Exactly. That would be great.
Yeah.
But also the fact that she can now just give it back. Basically, all of the bad things that happened in all of the first season are now not bad. They didn't happen. And that's a little bit like...
Bit of a bummer.
It's a bit of a bummer. It is a great show. I am super excited to see what happens next because, to be honest, I have no idea what they're gonna do next.
Can we talk about robots for a second? There's freaking mechs and
I
robots.
love and airplane, like full on
full-on
fighter
air
fighting.
battles.
I mean, that stuff is
Dude,
like,
that air battle where he's like leaping
Yeah.
from plane to plane
Yeah.
and destroying them.
Yeah.
And when she like dives into the water and then comes out of the water in the
That
Oh,
was
so
like, that's
awesome.
so awesome.
I don't know how they continue to think of such awesome applications
Yeah.
for these powers. It
yeah,
is
definitely. And all the blood-bending stuff that was so creepy.
Yeah.
So creepy. It is a great, great series. Hopefully you guys have checked it out because now you don't have to. So,
I was gonna say too. I didn't realize. Really didn't hit me until the end of this season how much it was about the teenager experience. Whereas and I realized too that just like Harry Potter, the kids that were kids
Yeah.
during Avatar are now teenagers.
Right.
Yeah.
They're gonna relate to.
Boy, that's a great point.
She
That's a
has
great
all the
point.
knowledge. She thinks she knows
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
I don't know anything.
and you need to be patient.
Right.
Just
a great
because you
point.
know how to do it.
And the relationships were my first kiss in
Yeah.
in the first one. Aang, Korra is
It's
like
love triangle.
and
Yeah.
she's also a more feminine experience, I would think. But
Well, 'cause she is a girl.
choosing between.
Check
Yeah.
it out. Legend of Korra on Nickelodeon. Couldn't recommend it higher. All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We're going to be answering one of your Twitter questions right after this. But first, we want to thank our sponsor, Carbonite. Carbonite Online Backup is automatic cloud backup for the computer files at your home or small business. Just set it up once and Carbonite will protect your computer files so that you can stay focused on running your business. That's all. There's no hardware required. Plus, with Carbonite, getting lost files back is super, super easy. Your employees can even access their backed up files on their smartphone or iPad with the free Carbonite app, as it were. Carbonite is the better
I like it when
backup
you get
plan.
fancy.
Is the better backup plan for your home office or small business. Start your free trial at carbonite.com with the offer code TRS.
Do it!
Today.
Why are you
And
doing it?
You'll get 2 of what we love to call the BOMOs, 2 bonus months if you decide to buy. That's carbonite.com. Offer code for 2 BOMOs is TRS. All right, people.
You're losing money not doing it.
I agree.
Join us tomorrow for our review of DayZ.
Today's Twitter question sent in with the hashtag TRSQ is from a very cool Twitter handle, by the way. It's at Yippee who is Richard Robinson on Twitter, who asks if you guys had the chance to see where you would be in 20 years from right now, would you look?
It's interesting. It's a dilemma.
Yeah, I actually I've thought about this, and I have a very odd
Answer?
response, which is, for some
Cheese
reason,
whiz.
I feel...
That's odd.
I feel very positive. I have a very positive outlook on the next 20 years, for some
Right.
reason. And
I think
so.
most people
My
do.
caveat would be
Only if it's good.
no. My caveat would be if no matter what, by looking, I can't change it. It will still be inevitable.
Yes.
Then I want to look.
Wait, what? That seems the exact opposite of what you just said.
I want to look to be reassured.
No, but what if you
Because
look
if I looked and saw what it
and it's
was,
crappy? What if it's
and it's
crappy?
good? No, because I feel like it's going to
Yeah,
be
but
good.
what if it's crappy?
And I don't want to see it be good, and then because I looked, I screw it up.
But
Yeah,
That's what I'm worried about.
But here's your dilemma. If it's good and you got the caveat of it doesn't matter, then through your whole life you're just like, I'm just gonna sit on my
then
couch
that's
and
even
veg
better
out.
because it's going to be good.
You're gonna waste your life
No,
waiting for
it
the
will
good thing to
equal
happen.
the good
You're gonna
thing.
have 20 years of crap, and then one day you're gonna like fall over and win the lottery,
it
and then
will
like,
equal
oh,
the
that's
good
what I
thing.
saw was like it was shitty for 20 years, and the day I saw was a good day.
It's a
long as
pretty
it's good,
luxurious
what about
life
you? Would you do
hanging
it?
out.
I don't think I would be able to resist the temptation of looking, but I wish that I could because I think uncertainty is the spice of life. I think living in uncertainty is the most important thing we have as human beings, but I hate it.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't think I would look, and I think I could not look.
You do?
I do.
Think you could resist it if I was
Yeah.
like, here, right behind the ear.
Yeah,
Just
I think
come
I
right
could.
in,
I think
Mr.
I could.
Albrecht.
I think I could.
The worst part would be if you had 1 minute to make the decision right now.
No, that'd be the best because then you'd be like, no. Oh God, thank you for leaving with that
59 no's
thing.
and 60
Thank you for leaving with that thing that I want to
What
see.
if you saw yourself dead?
That's why I would. That's what I said. I would only look at. I would only. Well, no, that.
But that's
was-
the
you
whole
can't
point.
change
You
it
can't
now.
change it.
And you're like, how long have that?
Oh, that's
how,
a great
how long
movie,
have I been-
man.
Oh, it's so sad.
Yippee-ki-yay, right back at you, buddy.